Hello everyone, Calum here, and today we got a video for men only, so let's get into it.
It's time. It might be time for me to take a break from dating because it's giving me a hunchback. My back is aching from carrying the conversation with these men. I'm literally hunched over like some sort of ogre because of all the weight of conversation on my back. I know now why all the men wanted to be with me when I was 19 and 20 and 21 years old, because I was super easily entertained. I didn't require anything. I was just wide eyed and eager to try something. So it didn't take anything. But I'm not her anymore. I do require some level of intellectual conversation. It don't even have to be intellectual. I take that back. Just entertaining conversation. That's it. But all y'all want to talk about, and I know I've complained about this on here before, but like all y'all want to talk about is your job and how much money you make and how impressive you are. You have got to stop. We do not care. Do you need to have a stable income and be financially stable? Yes. To be a good date.
Yeah, so she completely says that it doesn't matter, stable income is a must. I agree with that. But majority of the women out there want to know where you are. They want to know your future plans. Like there's so much that women want to know. Sure, this one may just want the basics, just want happiness and good communication. Others want to know how things are going with your life, get to know the interview, get to know every aspect to see if it's going to go places for you just so they can have an easier life.
You've got to be some level of entertaining. You got to be charming. You got to know how to flirt. I can't do it all. I can't. Like it just feels like there are fewer and fewer men who like the conversation just flows and like it's just easy to talk. It feels like I'm meeting a lot of men who are just boring. And I personally, I can't stand being bored because when I'm by myself, I'm like,
Yeah, that goes both ways because so many times I find women can be quite boring. They don't know how to hold up a conversation and the mood just dries right out. Like, no matter what you try to do, you put on a silly act, you do anything that you want just for some laughs or whatever. Most women that I find won't really engage in such a thing. Just look at you and be like, like, no.
not bored. If I'm all alone, I am not bored. I know how to entertain myself better than anybody. I'm never bored. So I'm going to give that up and come spend time with you. Do you think I want to sit here and listen to you go on and on about your boring little job? I don't. I do not. I feel like I'm a stand up comedian on these dates. Like, I'm just here carrying everything and making sure everyone's having a good time. And by everyone, I mean me, because you not doing nothing. Just
Like, we are, but it's a lot of give and take for this one. We can't really go back and forth as much as what we'd love to in this type of situation.
The reason dating isn't fun anymore is because you're not having fun. The number one complaint I see from women when it comes to like men is, men aren't valuing me, they're not treating me right. I get it. Men suck sometimes. Everybody sucks. Stop taking them seriously. I started having the easiest time when I went into dating, and I'm not dating. I'm just having fun. And I'm not here for anything serious. I'm just having fun. My motto is, it's never serious until it is. For example, this is what I do. If I'm on a date and the guy's like, girl, I'm gonna make you my wife. I'm here for a good time, but I'm not gonna ruin it and be like, you have to work for this. You have to earn that. You need to earn shit. I'm not telling them that shit. I just simply look up with my pretty cute eyes and I'm like, okay.
Yeah, you don't want to look up at them and be like, okay, because I could definitely drive the wrong type of idea, especially when you don't even want a relationship to start with.
I smile and I just have a good time and I just leave it alone. Cause I know that is serious. He's wife me up. He's not trying to wife me up. I don't give a. But in my head, it's never that serious. I don't care if a man has a ring and I'm not ready. It ain't that serious. It's never that serious.
It's never that serious to you because you don't think of it that way. Meanwhile, in his mind, things are going well. I'm enjoying this lady. I want to be with her. I even got the ring. Yada, yada, yada. Like, there's so much to this, but she doesn't want to. Uh, my thinking? I'll get to that in a moment, actually.
There's a guy, every 6 months, we meet up. He lives in New York, I live in LA. He comes to LA, we hang out for a day. We hang out for one day, and I enjoy of his company, and then he leaves and we don't talk. 6 months, maybe I go to New York next time. And I'm like, hey, you in New York? And we have the time of our lives. But you know what it's not? It's not serious. And I genuinely like this guy, but like...
Yeah, she just said that she likes this guy. I'm saying just because it's every 6 months, they're talking off and on, yada, 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 she actually has proper feelings for the guy, but she won't openly admit to these feelings. Like, you need to embrace who you are and what you actually want in life. All you want is to have fun. Don't do this type of video and be like, yeah, this is me having fun. I don't care about this. You might as well just say it outright. I do not want to date. I just want things to be open and fresh and take care of myself.
Husband? Maybe later, But right now, what's the rush? What's the rush? We're enjoying each other's time. Y'all just need to enjoy each other's time and stop trying to make it something. It doesn't have to be anything. We already know that obviously 99.999% of people, except one person, will be like your forever person. So everybody else, it's not serious. Stop taking it serious. Stop trying to make it to what it's not. It doesn't have to turn into a relationship. We could just have a good time.
Yeah, but most people actually want to have a relationship, especially when they're younger, to get to know each other and to build toward the future. Because if you build toward the future too late, you can become more exhausted, more tired, less perspectives. There's so much stuff influencing this to the point where being young gives you more adaptivity to actually progress on with your life compared to trying to being stagnated.
The very best advice I've ever gotten from a relationship coach is this. You enter a relationship together. So you owe your partner and the relationship a way to exit together. But I think what happens too many times is one person will bring up what is bothering them, and then if it doesn't get fixed, they will just harbor it and think about it on the inside and go weeks or months without bringing it up. Instead of bringing it up, talking it out, going to therapy, working on it, they will sit and build up resentment. A lot of the times someone will make a decision in their mind that they're done with someone months before they even bring it up and break up with the person, because they're just sitting there and processing everything, being like, okay, I'm done with this person. That is definitely someone that doesn't have a partnership mindset. And that is why a lot of the times when they break up with the other person's like, wow, I didn't see this coming. That was so left field. I'm so shocked by it. That is like the worst way to break up with someone. Just make sure that when you're picking someone to date, you are picking someone that has a partnership mindset.
Yeah, I completely agree with that. Like, there's not really much to say on that type of aspect of it, because so many people do hold grudges. So, for example, okay, I said something wrong. Sorry, did I say something wrong? Oh, no, don't worry about it. Meanwhile, it just keeps building up. You can't even learn from your own mistake because the other person won't speak up. No, or in the other type of fashion, okay, something little happened. You brush it off. It's no big deal. Meanwhile, the other person's harping on it over and over and over, which then turns that into a big deal, even though it was actually completely nothing to start with.
Among modern women.
Okay, so I just went to get groceries, and as I'm like pulling up, there's this really cute guy, and I'm like, am I about to meet my husband right now? Anyway, so I go in, grab my few groceries. I see that he's already at the checkout line, so I'm like hustling, like, need to get to this man. Beautiful man, by the way. Anyway, so I'm right behind him in line, and I'm like, all right, I need an in. How am I going to talk to this guy? Anyway, so I'm waiting. He's trying to pay, and his Apple Pay won't go through. And I'm like, okay. And he was like about to tell the guy, like the cashier, you can just leave it, like it's fine. And I was, here's my time to be a hero. I'm gonna step in. And I'm like, I've got this one. And he's like, no, it's all good. Anyway, so I bought his groceries. He only got a few things. And so So I bought his groceries, and then he's like, well, let me get your email. And I should have been like, oh, you get my number instead. I didn't. Big flop on my part. Big flop. Anyway, mans, if you're out there, Stony Plain Safeway, and you just bought, what did you just buy? I think he had tortillas. He had almond milk. He had tortillas and rice and marble cheese. That's you. And you're single.
Taco night with a silk beverage on the side. Well, there's really not much to say on that one. She took her shot. She blew it. Like, you need to be able to speak up, but kudos to her to actually getting in there and actually trying to actually get the guy that she wanted. She went out of her way so much. We need to actually see more of this actually happen around everywhere in the world. It would be so much more different.
Easy on the outside looking in to see that a woman is being treated poorly by a man and be like, well, just leave him. Stop texting him, ghost him, tell him you want to be done. And you would think it should be that simple. But the thing is, at least for me, when I was experiencing this myself, it truly felt like there was something else taking over my body and controlling all of my thoughts and actions. Basically, going back to someone over and over and over again for years that like I consciously knew was bad for me. But this other part of me acts unwanted.
Oops, my bad. Yeah, so I've seen this with so many people. You could give a woman, a lady, whoever it is, all the advice that you need. All the friends can be telling them, oh, this guy's bad, don't do it, yada, yada, yada. Meanwhile, she constantly does it, has her heart broken multiple times, and still won't even properly admit, yeah, you're right, I should have stayed away. I'm sorry for not listening or whatever. But I don't know why, but it's almost like one of my previous videos that if you treat them like crap, they will always try to be with you more. In which case, that's a pure example as to what's happening here.
Obviously knew it was bad for me, but this other part of me, I guess, just kept on wanting more and more and more. Like, whenever I look back on that time of my life, I literally cannot identify with that version of myself. I'm like, who was that? Because I right now, like, you wouldn't even catch me allowing anyone to treat me that way. And so when I hear or see other women that are currently experiencing the same thing, like continuing to see a man that is disrespecting them, ghosting them, only seeing them on their terms, I just feel
I've seen this happen from so many women towards guys as well. If you want to think of it, okay, think of online dating. How many times or how many guys out there have sent out messages or actually read the profile and said whatever they want to say based on their current profile to show some engagement, but the female won't even reply to anything at all. So completely ghosting them. Okay, let's go to a cafe, get to meet, ghost them there. It doesn't matter. I find majority of the time the female will ghost the guy much more than what the vice versa is.
for them so hard because I know that they are currently divided between the conscious part of them that knows they shouldn't be seeing this guy versus the other part of them, I don't even know what to call that loves the way that guy makes them feel when they are together, that only thinks about the good times no matter how many times the guy continues to disrespect her. I mean, you really are put under a spell with some of these people. Like, I don't know what else to call it, because no matter who you talk to, no matter how much you try to talk yourself out of it, you just keep going back. It is a literal addiction. And it makes me really sad because I know that that's how people end up in really unhappy marriages or getting married because they end up having children together. And I feel like all of that leads to just a really destructive path. And I guess I just don't understand why sometimes the most confident and secure women end up in these dynamics where
those confident, secure women want to run everything. Meanwhile, they also enjoy being domesticated? No. Pretty much belittled by the partner or boss because they want to see if they can strive to new heights to get past that type of situation.
Like, they literally become a different person when they're with certain men, or vice versa. And it is really scary. And after going through this myself and thankfully getting out of it, I, like I said, just have so much empathy, and I feel for any woman that I hear is going through the same thing. As much as I want them to get out of it, it is so much harder than it looks to leave that situation, because it's like those two parts of you are constantly clashing and you make yourself feel like you're going insane.
Yep. Yeah, I could definitely see why it'd feel like you're going insane because you're in such a bad relationship. But it's also the person's choice to be in said relationship. So there's really not much that you can actually do in this type of situation.
It is so wild. They'll literally tell you, I like you so much, you're this, you're that. They'll be like, let's check out this place together. Let's go on this trip together. And then you'll never hear from them again.
When you find yourself
Yeah. Yeah, that's just the dude you picked. But there are some people that will actually gladly take trips. But if you're being ditzy or something went wrong that ended up with a red flag, yes, they're gonna ditch you at the friggin' airport. And she did actually mention about getting a place together as well. So that does show that there was a connection between the two. But who knows what actually happened? All that we get to see is a little mini clip as the outcome of it and how she can't trust men anymore because of what she may have done in the first place to have this happen. But yeah, that's it for today's video. I hope to see you next time. Drop a like, comment, and subscribe. See you in the next one. Bye-bye.